Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Karimo here on FC25, where today it's the season finale of Arsenal. It's the season finale of season number 5 as we look to fill out the England trophy cabinet. It's all we got left to fight for this season after getting pummeled out of the Champions League by Real Madrid at the end of last episode. We can only win the Premier League. We can only win the FA Cup. Those two are our last options, our last time in England in this save to do so. We are 6 points clear in the league. Manchester City 6 points ahead. We are FA Cup action against Middlesbrough. Spurs versus Man City in the other semifinal, so it's looking up to be a decent final if we can get there, which the first game will go ahead and be that game. We are going to go ahead and quick sim this game here against Brentford. We should win here. We do win. Martinelli, Zubimendi, Saka on the score sheet, a 3-1 win. We're going to do something a little different in today's game. Instead of just dropping Alphonso Davies, he's going to play left winger. Left winger for him. Calafiore coming on at left back. Endrick, he still needs to play 2 games to reach the 15-game minimum. With this late in the season, he hasn't played 15 games after this year, so he comes in to start this game. It'll be game number 14. And then Winneri will go ahead and play right wing for Bukayo Saka. We're at Wembley. It's semifinals. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. This should theoretically be a win, easy game, a win into the final. That was not English at all, I don't think. But hey ho, we're here. Cornway is in behind, and Middlesbrough have the lead. It's 1-0. All right, well, we're 1-0 down behind already. We can't. We need to win the FA Cup. We need to win something. I mean, we're gonna win the Premier League more than likely, but we need to win something. Ethan Winneri. Crossed in for Endrick. Header straight to the keeper. Valverde just took out 2 players and no foul. Is Calafiore. Endrick out wide for Davies. Davies now. Alphonso. Still Alphonso Davies. We used him in attack for his pace, and he finds the back of net. Arsenal 1, Middlesbrough 1. Federico Valverde running and cruising. He'll look to find Endrick, bodied off the ball. We're going to go halftime 1-1 here against Middlesbrough. Davies into Endrick. And Endrick now. Endrick cuts back. Shot saved by the keeper. Rebound wide of the keeper's mark. Saka will come on for Winneri. Needs some more experience. Martin Odegaard. Trivella from distance, and Martin Odegaard finds the back end net. Arsenal have the lead. 2-1 for the Gunners. Valverde. Endrick is in behind. And Endrick calls a game. Arsenal 3, Middlesbrough 1. We're in the final of the FA Cup. We at least have the chance to fight for the trophy. Vamos! And that is game over. Arsenal 3, Middlesbrough 1. We are in the final of the FA Cup. We'll be taking on the North London rivals in Tottenham. We'll be taking on the title rivals over the course of the last couple of seasons in real life, Manchester City. To be honest, I hope it's Tottenham so we can battle them in the final. And it will be Man City. Arsenal versus Man City in the FA Cup final. We are going to go ahead and start simulating through these games. Like I said, it's Arsenal versus Brighton up first. Patrick Schick makes it 1-0 for Brighton. Moise Kean makes it 2-0. We're crumbling. We lose that game 2-1. Zubimendi got a late consolation goal. That's a massive, massive loss in the title hopes. We might have to play this Newcastle game now. We are 5 points ahead of Manchester City. They have a game in hand against Liverpool, where we are currently 4 points ahead of them as well. So still looking in our favor, but it's definitely a little tighter than what I wanted. Here is Newcastle's lineup. We had to jump into the game. In the game, we jump in. Allison at keeper, Livramento, Simicar, Molina, Roth, Ricky Puig, and Jolington in the midfield. Kubo's along there as well. Alexander Isak is there. Schmidt, obviously, I forgot this is the team I managed. This is the team I managed. This team I took over when I first came to England. We switched over to Arsenal, and we're still looking for our trophy with this Arsenal squad. Zubimendi out wide for Martinelli, and Gabriel Martinelli whips in across. Openda will head it down to absolutely no one. Martinelli, Gabriel, Martinelli, Luis Openda saved by Allison. Saka on the rebound. He's going to work to get for it. He'll find Federico. Valverde, Zubimendi, Out wide for Martinelli. Martinelli whips in across. That's blocked. Odegaard picks it up in the midfield. Martin Odegaard. Luis Openda. Bukayo Saka on his weaker foot. Bukayo Saka punched it into the back of the net. Arsenal take the lead. Martin Odegaard now on the attack. Martin Odegaard into Luis Openda. Now Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka tripped up, but will play on out wide for Martinelli. Martinelli whips in the box for Luis Openda. It was actually a great ball. Luis Openda shot deflected into the back of the net. Arsenal double the lead, 2-0. Martinelli shot blocked. Halftime, 2-0 up here against Newcastle. We're going to jump into simulation for the second half, and then obviously jump into simulation with the thinking that we might have to go ahead and play that Tottenham game. So let's jump to sim here, and hopefully the boys can still get the job done. It's 3-0. Luis Openda makes it 3-0, and that's good enough for me to honestly jump to a result. A 3-1 win. Vamos. Luis Openda in the 72nd minute makes it 1-0. Luis Openda seals the deal, 2-0 against Tottenham. We are one game away from being Premier League champions. It is time. The Emirates FA Cup, Manchester City versus the Arsenal here at Wembley. City's lineup is looking about the same as when we played them last in the Premier League, except the fact Isacio Palacios is starting instead of Kovacic and Kokshu. Was Manchester? No, Kokshu was at Real Madrid. It's Manchester City versus Real Madrid versus Arsenal. My mind is all over the place. Gabriel Martinelli, Openda, Saka. Obviously, y'all know the starting lineup. It's the same starting lineup. It's the strongest starting lineup. I will have to play Endrick in this game or next game, one of the two. But let's see if we can get the first of the two trophies we're looking to get for. We're pretty much we're 1 point away from the Premier League title. We're 90 minutes away from the FA Cup. So let's see if we can get that. Let's get into it. Here we go. It's Arsenal versus Man City, the title rivals of a couple of seasons for the last 2 seasons. And now it's Arsenal versus Liverpool, which by the time this comes out, it's the weekend. So hopefully they lost to Newcastle, and hopefully we beat West Ham. But it's Martinelli into Openda. Luis Openda to open up the scoring. Luis Openda in the first 5 minutes has the lead for Arsenal, 1-0. Wembley is our home. We're working for our 15th Premier League or 15th FA Cup trophy. Let's go. Gavardio, Saliba with the interception. That's going to stay in bounds as well. And Gavardio is out of position, so Saka is just going to run down his byline. It's Bukayo Saka. It's still Bukayo. Crossed in for Openda. Rodrigo wins the header. Valverde on the second ball down to Martin. Zubimendi out wide for Ruiz. Ruiz in for Saka, and Saka is onside. Bukayo Saka saved. Rebound straight to the keeper's hands after a deflection. Corner comes in. Haaland trying to reach for it. Doesn't do so. Saliba can't clear it. Raya picks it up, and Raya instantly clears it up the field. Saka trying to find Openda on the header down. Can't do so. Odegaard winning the ball back, though. And Martin Odegaard is on the attack now. It's Martin Odegaard getting past one. It's Martin Odegaard crossing it in for Saka. Saka, shot blocked by Militao. It's a corner for the Arsenal. Openda will hold it up for a second. Out wide for Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli. Crossed in. Valverde can't get there. It'll fall for Zubimendi. Zubimendi will have a crack at it, and Unai Simon will push it out the bar. Saka on set corner. It'll fall for Martin. Odegaard from distance. His shot blocked Valverde. Surely offside. He wasn't offside. Wow. I should have hit that on the volley then. I had it because I thought he was going to be off. It's Zubs. It's Davies intercepted. It is halftime. Maybe referee won't call it yet. Haaland will be on the attack. They will give Man City one more opportunity, which they probably will score from. It's Phil Foden. His shot blocked. They'll fall for Gavi. His shot wide. Halftime. 1-0 up for the Arsenal here at the break. Foden. Haaland. 1-1. They draw level instantly in the second half. Palacios. Foden. Haaland. Erling Haaland makes it 2-1 for City. Phil Foden. We can't let it be 3. We can't let it be 3. It's Haaland. It's Rodri. It's 3-1. City are going to win. We're not going to win the FA Cup. Martinelli. Gabriel. Luis Openda. Valverde. Valverde, 3-2. 3-2, we're back in it. We are so back in it, come on. Oh, Openda, there's a chance. Luis Openda, out wide to Valverde, a little bit too far out wide. Federico Valverde, saved. It will be a corner. We will have opportunity. The last one of the day. It's Sack on the corner. It's Saliba on the header. The keeper grabs. Man City win the FA Cup. We are FA Cup-less. Manchester City win it. It was a Mickey Mouse run to get here. We bottled it on the final game day, and that makes this preemptive measure a lot more embarrassing. It makes this a lot more embarrassing. I'm going to have to go take that off. We are back down to nothing. We are back down to nothing for nothing. We can still get the Premier League at least. Hopefully we can still get the Premier League. But no FA Cup for us. Manchester City best us again. Let's wrap up the Premier League at least, hopefully. Let's not bottle that. With 2 games left to go, 84 points will be the maximum that Manchester City can get. So we just need 2 points, essentially a win, but 2 points in the last 2 games of the season. So we could win the league here against West Ham United. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to go ahead and simulate through it. We will play the final game of the season, which is against Fulham. And in fact, we're going to quick sim this game here against West Ham because we're going to play Fulham in the final game of the season. But this is to win the league. This is to win the league title. Can we do it? The answer is not yet. 84 points, so it's the maximum. So Man City need a win, which they do. So they can draw a level on points with us. But it is still technically possible. They would have to win by 10 goals and obviously us to lose, or I guess not 10 goals if we lose, but they would have to need us to have a heavy defeat and for them to have a massive win. We are taking on Fulham, so a defeat is possible, but I don't think they'll go ahead and do that. So let's go and jump to the final game day of the season. I got to make sure, actually, where is, and my stick drift is taking over. Where is Endrick? Endrick has 14 games. He needs to play this game, so he will start this game for Openda. Let's get into it. It's Arsenal versus Fulham, the final game day of the season. Costa cannot play. Timber comes in, and sure, Ashpong on the bench. Let's go and jump into it here. It's Arsenal, Fulham, final game day of the season. Final game day of the season. A point will do it here to wrap up the Premier League title. I didn't start Endrick, did I? I started Remy. That's fantastic. I forgot Remy is in there, so when I hit triangle and just automatically do it, it's not Endrick anymore, it's Remy. So Endrick will have to play Openda. I mean, Endrick's going to have to play at left wing or something for like that or some. I'm going to have to waste 2 subs on strikers. Timber, Martin Odegaard, Leroy Sané, Wind, Smith Rowe, Fulham take the lead. Fulham were the ones that we lost the league to last season. Is it going to happen again on the final game day? I don't think we can lose the league from this position that we're at. We are making the early change, by the way. Endrick will come on because I will probably forget to bring him on, and then I won't be able to bring him on, and then it's going to be a whole ordeal. So Endrick on the field. Remy, I'm sorry you played 10 minutes in your final Arsenal game day with Simeone as manager. Iwobi, Smith Rowe, Ruggeri. Ruggeri crossed in. Davies headed it down. Odegaard now into Valverde. And Federico Valverde into Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka into Endrick. Can't do so. Smith Rowe. Emil for the second. Emil gets his second. Arsenal are in trouble. Arsenal are in real trouble here. Timber with a great tackle, but it'll fall to no avail. It's back into Fulham's hands. And my lord, do they have the best counterattack looming? It's Leroy Sané trying to make it 3. Leroy Sané will make it 3-0. We are bottling the league. There is no way this is happening again. Back post for 4-0. It is 4. What is happening? I'm getting tossed around. What's up with playing Fulham at the end of the season? I'm getting absolutely tossed. It's Valverde. Into Bukayo. Bukayo gets one back, maybe no. Biocha with the save. Zubamendi. Valverde. Saka. Endrick gets one back before halftime. 4-1. 4-1 at halftime. I honestly don't know what is going on. I can't lie to you. I just don't have an idea. Martin Odegaard shot blocked. It'll fall for Martinelli maybe. Martin Odegaard. Luis Openda. Luis Openda saved again, out for another corner. We're going to lose the game, but we should still win the league. We should still win the league despite getting absolutely throttled in the final game day of the season. Yurdi and Timber, shot saved. Odegaard crossed in. Openda, shot blocked. I mean, that's the theme of the game. We should still win the Premier League. If we don't win the Premier League, I'm quitting. We have won the Premier League. We are Premier League champions despite getting absolutely throttled by Fulham here in the final game day. A 4-1 loss, but we are still Premier League champions. Wow. We nearly bottled it twice. We nearly bottled it twice. Martin Odegaard will lift the trophy. We are your Premier League champions. Vamos! Premier League champs. Let me just get rid of that real quick. Premier League champions. This is filled out. You can see the big old red X with the FA Cup, unfortunately, with the celebrations going on in the little window. But Premier League is done and dusted. I still have to change this logo down here at the bottom right for international jobs. We're either going to Italy, Germany, or France next up, and I think it might be a German or Italy side. I think we might go to the other side of things here. We're either German or Italy, but we are your Premier League champions. We do lose on the final game day. Manchester City drew to Crystal Palace, so it actually did not even matter what happened. It did not matter what happened. It doesn't matter that we absolutely had done by in the final game day. Who's going to be player of the season? It's probably going to be Openda. It is Openda, Luis Openda, the player of the season. Let's check out our squad hub here. 41 goals. No wonder he is man of the season, player of the season. 41 goals, 12 assists. Saka had 30 goals. Odegaard had 12 goals. Endrick, he's at 15 minimum. Depending where we go, he could be a starter, or we could just completely wrap up the whole entire marquee player thing in complete honesty. There is a possibility we just stop caring about the marquee player. Who knows? Valverde had 10 goals and 18 assists. Martinelli had 10 goals and 11 assists. There is a real chance. I mean, there's not a real chance. There is the possibility. It's not even there's a possibility. It is happening. We are becoming into the age where more youth players are going to be coming into teams. So, unfortunately, it's going to be a very youth-dominated team here. So, I will see y'all at the start of next season where we'll be either in Germany or Italy, I imagine. Until then, live, like, subscribe, and peace out.